Hey, hi, welcome guys. Welcome back to our channel, which is Pybron. Today, what we are going to discuss, like exceptional handling. First, try to understand why we need to handle the exceptional. Okay, so what are the exceptions? So, exception is nothing but unwanted thing due to which your code is getting destroyed. Suppose you are going to build one application like a banking application. You are going to build one banking application. Okay, so banking application, what are the features are coming inside a banking application? So in case of banking application, I guess we having the login scenario, like we have login. Then after login, what is that? You can take a loan, home loan. You can apply for loans. There is a loan section is there. There is a withdraw section is will be there. Withdraw section. Uh, uh, yes, 1 minute. Withdraw section, and there is so many things are coming, right? Like a net banking section, so many things are going to be happen there. If you have ever used the any kind of net banking application, right? So suppose what is going to be happen, just try to understand. Suppose if user want to do the login, means if user want to do the net banking, first what he has to do, he has to log into the banking application. After the login, then only he can apply whatever he want. Suppose he want to withdraw the money, then only he can navigate to the withdraw. Otherwise, means without login he cannot able to do any kind of thing. First he has to be login, then only he can do the loan. And inside of loan there is so many sub features are there, like a home loan, you can say home loan, education loan, right? There is a different kind of parameters are coming under the home loan. In case of withdraw also, there is a different kind of, like if you want to withdraw from your saving account, the saving account and current account, there is a different kind of scenarios are there. Net banking, again net banking is also, there is a two kind of thing, like a mobile banking is different, and internet banking is different. So there is a, means inside of there is maybe sub features will be there. So in case of exceptional handling, what we are going to discuss as a now, suppose if any feature, if you want to access of any feature of any banking application, you have to first log into your application, to your banking application, then only you can go whatever you want to do. Okay, let's suppose if you want to do login, and during the login your code got destroyed, means something happened. Suppose that during the login you must pass the username, and then password, right? Suppose someone passed the username like this dollar abc at like exclamation something like this, and password also they send like this rajesh at 123. Okay, so but the thing is that something is like this, they put their condition, if anyone, means that username field will not accept this kind of parameter, special characters, right? So due to this reason, what happened, due to this reason your code got destroyed, means whatever code you wrote for the login scenario, your code got destroyed, and you are not getting any kind of message on from the front end level. And what you will think, a banking application is not working and I am not able to go inside of home page. Correct, is it right? So in order to overcome this kind of problem, what we are going to do, we are going to handle the exceptional. Means suppose sometime what is happening, suppose you are doing the login, that time your internet has gone. Due to the internet connectivity of loss, we are losing our server connections. And in order, means once we are losing our server connection, what is going to be happen, once we are losing our server connections, so automatically one exception should come, means your code will not fetch, means suppose you pass the username and you pass the password, after that you have to hit the login button. Once you are hitting to the login button, your request is going to your database, and it will check whether these credentials are correct or not. If it is correct, then from database we are getting one flag, like a kind of thing. Okay, let me explain in a better way so you can understand. So see, suppose you want to do the login, and in order to do the login, what you have to do, you have to pass your username and password. Once you are passing the username and password, this two thing is going to your server. This three thing is going to the server, and server is sending this request to your database. server, let me clear this. So what I'm going to say is that just try to understand, this is very interesting here. Suppose you want to do some, you want to apply some home loan or education loan or something blah 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 thing, and what to anything, if in order to do anything you have to first log in. So in order to do the login, what you have to do, you have to do the, you have to pass the username and then password, right? Once you are passing the username and password, this credentials, and after that you have to hit this login button, right? So basically login button what is doing, it is saying, it is ensuring that you are passing all those parameters. If login button will not there, then how the machine will understand when I have to pass the username and password. So once you are hitting this login button, this information is going to your server. Okay, this server might be different, this server might be different. We will discuss all those server about in detail, don't worry. We will discuss about the AWS, Google Cloud, GC, Google Cloud, and different Azure, different kind of server we having. Okay, and you can also create your own credential at the free of cost, just 1 or 2 rupees you have to spend, and you can create your own server in the sense of what, one machine which is hosted and somewhere like a US, Singapore, somewhere. Okay, and that machine is running 24/7. Okay, so your username and password is going to some server like a machine. Server is nothing but it's a machine only, it's a, like your local machine. So it went there, and once this information is going to your server is passing this request. See again, server what is doing here, they applied one encryption or decryption. Okay, encryption is what, why the encryption, just try to understand. Server is going to apply one encryption. Okay, encryption in the sense of whatever username and password you are passing to the your server, and from server to database. Okay, this is your database. So from server to your database, there is one operation is going to be happening in between of that encryption. Why encryption? Because suppose in future any, because this is the banking application, right? So suppose there is a hacker. Okay, hacker, what it will do, whenever the request is going from the server to database, he might be hack our data. Okay, and in the future he can use our username and password, and he can apply the loan, and he can withdraw our money also, right? So in order to overcome this kind of problem, what we are going to do, we are going to encrypt our data, means encoded version we are passing to the database. And database, it is checking whether the database again it will decrypt the encrypted form, encoded form, and here it will do the decryption. Okay, and again it will check inside of database, it will check username and password, whether username and password will match to our database or not. So once the database will match, database will found the detail, it will send flag like a 1, otherwise it will send a flag like a 0, means your data, means whatever username and password you are passing, it's not a correct. So that if 0 it is there, then we are passing user name or password is invalid. Okay, and if it is passing 1, then we are going to navigate it as a to the home page, right? This is the complete scenario. So many processes going to be happen only for the login scenario, right? So suppose something got happened, means something might be happened, right? But once you are passing the username and password and clicking on the login button, your information is going to the server, and server is encrypting the data. In between of that, server lose the connection with the database. Some might be happen, something happened, and due to that server lost the connection from the database, right? And due to this reason, what is going to be happen, you are not getting this flag, you are not able to get this flag, So if you are not able to get this flag, how your machine will understand whether I have to navigate to the home page or not, right? So what is going to be happen in between in that? So our code got destroyed, and in the backend we are getting some error, but user is not able to see, and user is facing that this server is very bad at all, and we are not able to log in at all, right? So but actual thing is what happened, there is some error came in between of that during the login scenario. Due to that we are not able to log in. So in order to do that things, we are, see, if login is not going to be happen, we are not able to fetch any of the feature like a withdraw at all. Suppose even user is not able to log in at all, user should see the benefit of the, suppose I am accessing HDFC Bank. Okay, HDFC Bank. I'll show you the real application also, don't worry. Just try search for HDFC Bank. So can you see this HDFC Bank? See, even I did not log into the HDFC site, but still I am able to fetch all those information of the HDFC Bank, right? This is the benefit of the, means without login I can able to see. So here also what is going to be happen, can you see this diagram? If I'm not able to log in, I cannot see any of the benefit of the bank. But login is not happen, so I have to see the benefit at all, then only I can raise the bug, right? So in order to overcome this kind of problem, what we are going to do, even you are not doing the login and at all, we are going to deal with the exceptional handling. Means basically overall conclusion is what I'm going to store all those things. Suppose you wrote 1,000 line of code, okay, you wrote 1,000 line of code to build this kind of application, and your code got destroyed in the 200, means your code is giving the error in the line number 200. Due to this error, unable to execute remaining code. So in order to overcome this kind of problem, what we are going to learn, exceptional handling. So whatever error will come, if error is coming, still your existing code should run, then only we should apply the exceptional handling. Hope you understood the concept. Now let's discuss about the all those things in detail. Correct? Okay. Let's do one by one. Okay. So what I'm going to do, just go to the PyCharm, and in PyCharm, uh, I'm going to create one file, and here I'm giving the name like a test.txt, and I created this file. And here what I'm going to do, I'm not going to give any data here, you can see this in your physical drive also. And now what I'm going to do here, can you see this? 1 minute. So basically what we are going to do, I am going to write my code. F is equal to open. If you want to open any file, like what is the file name, just you have to give the file name. What is the file name? Test.txt. this is my file name. And once we open the file, we have to define in which mode we have to open, whether we have to open the file in the read mode. If you are opening the file into the read mode, then file will get opened in the read only mode, means you can read the file, you cannot add any new element over there, right? And if you are going to write your file in open your file into the write mode, then it will write the data as well as read the data, means it will write only, okay, it will not read. So there is some parameters also there. So with that we can see whether in which mode I have to open. There is also one of the mode is there, with that you can open your file as well as you can write the data into the file, you can fetch the data also, means read the data also. So many parameters are there, we will see all those things in a detail, okay, just giving the explanation here. And here you have to define here in which mode you have to open. Suppose you are going to open the file into the read mode, let's first write this, okay, something we have to write it here. Let's write this file, write the data in the file, and I am going to write the data f dot write. I'm going to write the data here like my name is Rajesh Thakur, okay, my name is Rajesh Thakur, and yes, slash n, I'm going to welcome to the Pybron, welcome to the Pybron. Let's understand this situation. And yeah, and here just try to understand what I'm going to do. App.seek, and here I'll explain, don't worry what is seek, okay. App.read, just try to understand this. App.read, and I'm going to read the data, and this I will put inside a print method, okay. Let's execute this code. Can you see this? My name is Rajesh Thakur and welcome to the Pybron. Why this? Why it is coming in the next line? Because I put there slash n. Okay. Now try to understand. Just try to understand the same thing. Okay. Let me control A, control C. I'll put over the where chat. I'm going to do same operation I'm going to do in the read mode, or just try to understand what is going to be happen. See, I'm going to put it R stands for read mode. I'll give all those parameters, don't worry, and we are going to discuss all those things in a very brief manner, okay. Just try to understand only things, okay. Now shift F10, if I'm running this code, I am getting error. Why? Because I open the file, I open this file. Can you see this text file, test.txt file I opened? this test.txt file I opened into the read mode, and if I open this file into the read mode, and after that if I am trying to write the data into that file, I am getting the exception. What is the exception? Can you please see? F.write my name is Rajesh Thakur, welcome, unsupported operation, not writable. Means if you open the file into the read mode, then you cannot write the data into that. Okay, just try to understand. Now please try to understand. Now what I'm going to do, there is a different parameters are there. I'll explain all those things one by one once we will reach there. And now again I'm going to open the data into the write mode, and now this time what I'm going to do, just try to understand, boss. I'm going to put this line as a comment. Okay, and now I'm executing this code. I am not getting any data, right? I'm not able to read the data. Why I am not able to read the data? Okay, once I put uncomment this, again if I'm reading the data, I'm happily read the data. Okay, what is going to be happen? Just try to understand this situation. Just try to understand the concept. See, once you open the file, once you write the file, your cursor is, 1 minute, where is my cursor? Okay, so once you're writing the data, after writing the data, your cursor is moving at the end of the file, at the end of your line. Okay, so if you are not applying this seek method, if you are not calling this seek method, then your cursor is trying to read the data from here to end line. But after this point, there is no data. So that's what we are going to set our cursor to the 0 position. Means, hey cursor, go to the M position and read the data from there. That's what the seek method is going to be used. Suppose, just try to understand. Suppose, let me do some R&D here. Suppose I am not going to pass the 0. Instead of passing 0, I am passing 1. And now this time again I am executing this code. Can you see this? M got removed because my cursor moved to the Y place, and now it is trying to execute the data from there. It is trying to fetch the data from there. Hope it makes sense. Hope you understood. What is the use of seek method? Means seek method is what? Seek method in the sense of your cursor, you are going to give the instruction to your cursor, hey cursor, move at the beginning of your file. Got it? If you are not going to call the seek method, then your compiler or interpreter is trying to read the data from where you left. Means if you are writing the data, then my cursor ultimately, see, if you are going to write some story, so what is going to be happen, just try to understand. Means manually, if you want to execute manually these things, suppose I am going to write the same things. My name is Rajesh, welcome to the Pybron, right? So my cursor move here. See, my pen has moved here. As we are a human, God gives us eyes, so we can go directly to this point and we can read the file. But machine doesn't know. Your cursor moved to this point, and you are going to instruct to your machine, hey machine, read the file. The machine will read from here to end of the line, but from here to there is no data at all. So that's what, in order to read the data from the beginning, we are calling the seek method, app.seek method, and we are going to give the instruction, hey cursor, move to the 0th position and read the data completely. Got it? The seek, suppose you are passing here 1, so it will read from the 1th index, first index. Got it? Hope it makes sense, right? Okay, cool. Now just try to understand. Now let's let me show you something very interesting here. And suppose instead of making w plus, I'm making w, and now if I'm doing this, still I'm getting error. See, w plus, see, in case of write, for write word is going to be start with w, so that's what, for writing purpose you can write the data. Okay, 1 minute, just uncomment this line and just uncomment this line. And now if you're trying to execute this code, we are happily execute this code. What happened here? Just try to understand. Because we open the file into the write mode and we are trying to read the data. If you open the file into the write mode, you cannot read the data. Okay, you can write the data, but you cannot read the data at all. Got it? Hope it makes sense. So but if you are opening the file into the W plus mode, then you can read as well as write also. So this is the benefit of W plus. Hope it makes sense. If you are opening the file into the read mode, then you can only read the data. Means suppose if I am opening the file into the read mode and I am going to comment this line. I'm going to comment this line and I'm going to say print it up. And now if I'm executing this code, I'm able to read the data, right? I'm able to read the data, correct. But 1 minute, let me uncomment this also. And now if you are going to execute this code, still I am able to execute, read the data, correct? If still I am able to read the data, but in case of writing operation, you have to call the seek method. Why? I already explained here, because whenever you are writing the data, your cursor is moving at the end of your file, and afterward there is no data, so you cannot call the read method. Means you, in order to read the data, you have to call the seek method. Means seek method will be compulsory whenever you are performing dual action, means writing as well as reading of the data. So this is the benefit of the seek method. And but if you are reading the data, then you no need to call the seek method. Okay, got it. Now again, if I am calling the read method, okay, what is going to happen? Just try to understand. Okay, again I am calling the read method. Now see, I call the read method 2 times, so I should get read method, means I should get my content 2 times, right? But I got the content only single time. What happened here? Just try to understand here. Again, just same thing. If you are going to read the data, so what is going to happen? Your cursor got start to reading from M to the end. It reach here. Now again you are calling the read data, so data will start reading from here to the end. Okay, but from here to end there is no data. That's what we are not getting. But you can get, if you want to read the data from beginning, you can call the seek method right from here, app.seek, and here you can pass the 0, and now if you'll execute this code, I'm able to get my data 2 times, because I gave the instruction to the compiler, hey compiler, go to the 0th index and read the data from there. Hope it makes sense. Yes, in case of whenever you are doing the reading and writing operation simultaneously, then compulsory to call the seek method. But whenever you are doing the reading operation, then first time it will work fine, but the second time you have to call, means mandatory, you have to call the seek method, then only your cursor will move at that point. Correct? Got it? Hope you understood the file handling situation, how to handle the files at all, reading, writing, operation, everything. Any doubt till now? Now what I'm going to do, try to understand. Now I'm going to run this code. Can you see this? I got the error. Key file not found exception. File not found error means where this error came in the line number 1 itself. File not found error means, suppose after writing the file, sorry, right here W plus, and now if I'm executing this code, okay, and see, please observe here, it's a very typical things is going to be happened here. Just try to understand here. If I am reading the data, and if file is present there, I am able to read the data. But suppose I wrote it here something like a test2, and I want to read the data, I am getting error. I'm getting one error. 1 minute. I'm getting one error. I'm getting one error like a file not found exception. Got it? What is the file not found exception? Because whatever file I passed here to read the data from the file, that file is not present here. Can you see this test2 file? test2.txt? No, it's not available. That's what file not found error is coming. Okay, but suppose again try to understand here. Hey, don't go anywhere. Okay, just try to understand what I'm going to say here. Just a minute. If I'm going to write the data into the test2 file, and again if I'm going to execute this code, again I'm trying to execute this code. Let me write the data, and if I'm trying to write the data, still I'm getting the error, because Right, yes, because what is the error? Because file not found means app dot read. What is going to be happen? Oh, sure. So what happened here? Because file is not present test2, right? But if I'm doing this operation, just try to understand. If I'm doing this operation, w plus, and now if I'm executing this code, I'm happily write the data, and new file got created also. Means if your file is not exist also, then you can, if you want to write new file, then you should call w plus method. Okay, w plus argument. Can you see this? Test2.txt file got created here. Got it? But if you are want to read the data, the compulsory that your file should available in your root directory. Otherwise, you will get error like a file not found exception. Okay, I'm giving you 5 to 10 minutes. Just think about that, and if you have any concern, then you can ask with me. Okay, yes, go ahead. Still, we did not discuss about the exceptional handling. We are going to discuss about that. Just I discuss file handling, how to handle the file. There are also 4 to 5 arguments are available. Like if you want to read the data from the binary file, then there is a RB. RB is the argument read binary data, that we will see once we will reach, because it's a basic Python class, not reading the binary data, but whoever enrolled for the machine learning, for them it should be required. So that time I'll discuss about those. Okay, just 5 minutes I'm giving you. Just think about that what we did, and if you have pen and notebook, note it down. Sabrina, I got your assignment, and I guess I reverted also your problem. Okay, can you see your mail and just check it out? I gave the solution, complete code I had given to you over the mail. Fine. So let's come to the point. So once you are opening the file, then as a programmer, your responsibility also to close the file also, right? You have to close the file. So once your task has done, reading, writing, everything has done, then you have to close the file also. Otherwise, what will happen? It will still occupy the space in your memory. Okay. So suppose right now we are reading the data like a 2-liner, right? But in future we will get 4 to 5 MB of data. Okay, so in that case memory consumption will be more. So in order to overcome this kind of situation, we should close the file also, the app.close. Okay, so first let me conclude all those things, so it will be helpful for everyone. So what I am going to show you, what we had discussed so far. First, f is equal to open the file, file name, then mode to open the file. Suppose R you are passing, then in that case you can read only the data. Means app.read you can call. So it will read complete data in a one shot, and it will reach here. Suppose again you have to read the data, so you should call app.seek method, and you have to pass the 0, then you can call app.read method. Hope correct? And then it will again read the data. And once your reading operation has done, you should close the data also, close the file also. Otherwise, it will still occupy the space in the memory. Okay? As a programmer, you have a you are the responsible person to close your file. Okay? Now, it's done. Now, suppose you are opening the file into the write mode, then you cannot read the data. You cannot, okay, let me clear all those things. 3 parameter. If you are opening the file into read mode, write mode, and w plus, so you can, in case of read, you can read only, in this you can write only. W plus means you can read plus write. Okay, so once you are opening the file into the w plus mode, then you can read as well as write also. Okay, so hope it makes sense. If you want to note down this difference, then you can note down. Now coming to the exceptional handling. Okay, just try to understand. Let's discuss about the exceptional handling. Okay, I could not share this, right? Now try to understand. Now what we are going to do, f is equal to open the file, I am going to this time open something blah blah blah, like which file is not available here, test3. Suppose test3.txt file is not available here, and I want to open the file into the write mode, w plus, not w plus, w only. Okay, and now if I am going to write some data, f.write, write the data, like this is the test, this is for testing, this is for testing, this is for testing. I start writing the data into the test file, test3 file. And now if I'm trying to write, and here I'm going to write the like print, this is very important line of code. This is very important line of code, means it should be execute whether my first or second line execute or not. This line of code should be execute. Now let me run this code, and what is going to be happen. This is very important line of code. Okay, test3 is available, that's what, sorry, my bad, test4. Let me write here test4 then. And now if I'm executing this code, still I'm able to, test4 also, okay, no worries 5. And now I'm not going to, now this time I am getting that file not found error, right? No worries. But due to this error, due to this line of code, I am not able to execute line number 2 as well as line number 3 also. Got it? So, but I told you line number 3 is very important, and it should be execute whether line number 1, 2 execute or not. Whether line number 1, 2 execute or not, line number 3 should be execute. So, in order to overcome this kind of problem, what we are going to discuss, we are going to learn exceptional handling. Okay, exception handling. And if I want to do the exception handling, what we are going to try, and try in the sense, let's put our code, where the error is coming. I'll put these things in the try block. Okay, done, no doubt at all. Now once, see, if I'm writing the try code, I'm getting one error. Can you see this error still is coming in the end of the testing? See here in the line number 4 here, can you see this line number 4, we are getting error. Okay, why? Because try in the sense of, it will try to read the data, but unfortunately it will try to read the data, but data is not available there, so it will throw an error. So if it will throw an error, who will catch the error? So that's what, in order to overcome this kind of problem, what we are going to do, we are going to call except, except, and something you can write here like and now print, here you can, different kind of error is there. This is input output error, right? So that's what you have to pass, the input output error, and here you can print IO error. Now just try to understand. And yeah, and now if I'm going to execute this line of code, just see whether it is working. Yes, class OS error. Okay, I got an error, but this line, whether this line got executed or not, I don't know, because test5 is not available, means it not executed, but my line number 10 got executed, because I need that one. Whether that line of code will execute or not, I don't bother about that, but the line number 10, which is very important line of code as of mine, so that got executed. So this is the important of the exceptional handling. Okay, this is the very important concept of the exceptional handling. Suppose what I am going to do, I am going to open the file test4 only, and inside of test4 I am going to w plus, I'm going to write this w plus, and I am reading the data, I'm trying to read the data, write the data. This is for testing, and after that f.seek you have to call, right? Because you are going to read the data, so you have to move your cursor at the beginning, and once your cursor moved into at the beginning, what to do, so you have to read the data to read it, so it will read it up. Okay, now, so once your try block got executed, just a minute, let me shift F10. This is where my, see, I have to put this inside of print, then only it will print, otherwise it will not print. Okay, done. Now if I'm going to execute this code, and can you see this, this is for testing that file content also I got, and this is very very important. And once you're see, now try to understand. Now one more block is there, like a else block. Okay, so when the else block will get execute, see, except block will execute only when try will get fail, means try condition will get fail, then only except block will get execute. Okay, okay, no worries, no worries. I'll make it simple. Print except block, just try to understand the concept. Okay, this is very very important in the sense of point of interview as well as whatever you are saying, I don't know. And this is for this except block got executed, and now I am going to remove the else block also. Okay, and else block I am putting here. Okay, and now print, I am going to print something, else block got executed, else block got executed. And now let's run this code and we'll see what is going to be happen. Can you see this, except block got executed? Why? Because my in this try block, whatever I mention here, can you see this, in the try block whatever file name I mention into the read mode, and I am trying to write the data in that file, so it is not possible at all. If you are opening the file into read mode, then you have to read the data only. So I am getting error in the try block, so that except block got executed, and except block got executed, then this block also not get executed like else block. Let's suppose we are going to do the same thing. Now w plus, and now what is going to happen, try to understand here, very very minute thing we are going to discuss. Can you see this, can you see this here? So once your try block got executed, then except block not executed. See, I'm not getting message that except block got executed, but else block got executed. So what is the conclusion here? What is the conclusion here? Just try to understand. So conclusion is that if conclusion is this, if your try block is, if try block executed, then catch block, sorry, except block will not execute, and else block will execute only if try block execute. Just very very important line of code, very very means as a point of interview, it's a very important question. So else block will execute only if try block will execute, else block will not execute if try block will not execute. Okay, so except block will execute only if try block will not execute. Correct, got it? So that's all. So see, you can see here also. Okay, can you note it down? I will pass over the chat this line of code. Now there is one block is there, finally block. What is the finally block, guys? Finally block, just try to understand, very important thing it is, very very important thing. Finally block, what is the finally block? So whether my try block will execute or not execute, else block, except block will execute or not execute, finally block will always execute. Just a minute, just a minute. So suppose I am going to do here read mode, and I am going to do here shift tab 10. Now see, this is very very important line of code, still executing, whether my try block executing, except block will to execute, whether if your try block will not execute, then except block to execute, don't worry. But finally block will only execute, if means finally block always execute, in the sense of like this. So this is the all those things, means I'm going to conclude all those things here. There is a one more block, finally it will always execute, as name is suggesting something, right? It will always, correct? Okay guys, thank you. Just a minute, just check it out. If you face any problem, just do let me know. I'm giving 5 minutes to you. Over to you. Just ask whatever question you having on this, or else we can move it out. So inside of else block, what the things you should write, what you are thinking. So try block will execute means your file got open, so you have to close the file. So inside of else block, you can write always close method. You can call the close method. So this is the one of the use case of the test exceptional handling. There is just so many things to discuss here. Let's discuss one by one at all. Okay. Now what we are going to do. Okay, so I'm going to create one method here. And what is the method? Def. I'm going to create one method like a exception method, something exception method. And here I'm going to define like this. Try here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to define try, and inside of try block I'm writing here val and int input, and here I am passing please enter an integer. Please enter an integer. Okay, please enter an integer, and except look like you did not enter any integer. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to call except method, and here I am doing print looks like you did not enter an integer. You did not enter any integer. And here I am doing something like a finally. So finally block will always execute, no worries at all, no worries. And what I am going to do, finally I got executed, and done. And next print val. Okay, now let me call this method exp. Okay, now if I am executing this line of code, it is saying please enter the integer. So I am passing here Rajesh. Can you see this file? Finally I got executed. I am getting one error because what is that error? So exactly 1 minute. Okay, see, look like you did not enter an integer. Can you see this? Still I am getting one error, no doubt I am getting error, but my except block got executed because I passed the Rajesh, and that Rajesh will not able to convert into the integer. That's what I'm getting one exception, and that exception is got catched by the except block, and except block code got executed. And finally block to always execute means whether your try will execute or catch will not execute, always in every cases except block will get execute. Okay, so this is also one of the use case I could say. And yeah, there is so many things. Okay, so whenever you are going to do this kind of, whenever you are going to build this kind of application, that time you should always make like this. Okay, and now my question is, now I'm going to give one assignment here. I'm going to give one assignment. This is fine. So that only did only one check, means it is going to check only once. But what will happen, I want to make an infinite loop like this. So each and every time my try block will execute, and it will check the data is correct or not. If it is not correct, then it will throw inside of exception block, and it will reach to the exception block, and again it will give the attempt to the user, hey user, pass the correct value. And this loop will run continuously until unless you are not passing the correct data. So I need to make this kind of application. Let me pass this over the chat. Now what the requirement is, that just try to understand requirement, the requirement. See, requirement is very important in my case, so everything is requirement. So once you understood the requirement, then everything you can do. So what is that? You have to make one application. In that application means you have to make one app. In that app, what is that? You have to ask a number, mean integer. You have to take the number with whom, with the user. If user is not passing the number number, then again and again ask to reattempt until he or she is not passing the correct value. Got it? Hope it makes sense. This is the requirement. Okay, this is the requirement, and now you have to you must say you have to write a code. Are you able to do? Very easy. Whatever we had learned so far, so forth, we that only we have to do. Any doubt? No doubt. Okay, no worries. I'm going to make this for you. Okay, so you have to take the input, and once suppose your except block will execute only in case when your try block will get fail. This you know, right? Yes. Now what I'm going to do, just try to understand here. Once your except block will get executed, I am going to say break. I'm going to say break. That's all. I'm going to say break. Okay. So break in the sense of, I did not make any loop. Sorry, it's my bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm just I'll use this code only. No worries. I'm going to use this code only. And now what I'm going to do, again I'm going to create def some method name. I just give the method demo method. I can give the demo method, demo underscore method, and hope it makes sense. Yes, exactly. And now what I'm going to do, we have to write our infinite loop, right? So if you want to give the complete control to the user, then which loop I said you to use? While loop. Already we had discussed in our previous class कि whenever you want to give the complete control कि how many time your program will execute that you doesn't know, then always you should use the while loop. Okay, no worries, we had used this while loop. Now inside true means always we made it true. Okay, now what I am going to say, try, and I am going to use this val, and here I am going to use int input, and here I am going to pass, hey users flow, please pass a number, please pass your number, please enter a number, please enter a number, and user will pass the number, and if it will not number, then it will throw an error, and that error will be except block, and here I am saying print look like print it looks like sorry looks like you did not pass the number. Okay, let me put my laptop over the charge because it is going to be drained. Just a minute. Okay, I guess yes, it is much better now. It looked like you did not pass the number, right? Except block got executed, and now if except block will get executed, then I'm going to break it up. Break, no need, I need. Okay, so again it will execute from the try block. Okay, so next else block I am going to say else block. In case of else block, when else block will execute, when your try block will execute. Now what I am going to show, print, here I am passing yep, that's it, integer. I am saying yep, that's an integer, that's an integer. Okay, now once this is done, then still I am going to break this situation. Okay, break it up, and now what I am going to do, I am going to call the finally method, finally, and here I am passing print finally I got executed, finally I got executed, sorry, finally I got executed. Okay, and now I'm going to print the value, let's try to understand how it is code is going to be executed. I'm going to remove this complete line of code. Yes. Demo, what is the method name? Demo method. And just I'm not going to execute the code, I'm going to debug the code, because debugging is very important. Okay, debugging is very important. So with the debug we will learn lot of thing here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to debug. Just put a breakpoint. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm putting one breakpoint, and let's execute, let's debug this code. Without running the code, I'm going to debug the code. Okay, so now come to the Python console, and now I'm going to debug the code. Just try to understand, guys. So this is the step over point. Put this, it came into the method got called, and this while true, and now it will come to the try block, and it is asking to the input. So let me please enter the number. It is saying please enter the number. I am passing here Rajesh, Rajesh. Okay, I am passing the Rajesh, and I am pressing enter. Now again I am going to step over. So I got step over, and except block. So it's not an integer, so it should go into the except block. So yes, it went into the except block. Now it what is saying, print, it look like you did not pass the number, and now it will get break. It got break. See that complete else block not executed. Now finally block to always execute, finally block, no doubt, finally block always execute, and now it is going to be print the value. Okay, done. Now next method, next. Okay, next again it is calling to the demo method, and again, so no worries, once again we will try to debug the code. It's always good if you are going to debug the code as many time, how much time you can. Okay, so let's do once again. Demo method, it got called demo method. Now if I'm doing this, it is saying please enter the number, and now this time I'm passing the Rajesh, enter. And now if I'm doing the step over except block. Okay, finally block. Okay, finally block got executed, and next again if I'm doing the step over, process got finished. Okay, sorry, 1 minute, 1 minute. Remove this break from here. Due to this, I guess I am facing some issue. Let me debug the code. Once again we will try to debug the code. Enter the number, and let's enter the number here, Raj, and enter. And I'm not going to put the break from here. Finally block will get execute. Yes, now it is working, sorry, I made a mistake, small mistake. So now until unless you are not passing number, it will execute. Okay, my bad, I did a mistake, no worries. With the mistake only we will learn, guys, we will learn. Okay, so now again, now with this time I'm passing here number, and now see except block not executed. Okay, and this got breaked. Now it will, finally it's done. Hope it makes sense, right? Any doubt? So how we made it? Just look on the code for 2 or 3 minutes how we did. I made a mistake there, sorry, apology for the same. Okay. So this is the one kind of requirement, like this means whenever you want to execute the infinite loop with behalf of some connection, I could say behalf of some conditions, then you can go with this. Okay. Yeah, that's all means about the exception handling. I guess that's this much is more than enough to the exception handling. Yeah. So just go ahead the code once. I'm giving you 5 minutes to see. So now let's discuss about the object oriented programming concept. This is from here the complete programming is going to be start, and you have to be very prepared. Okay. So if you really want to make your career in the programming field, then I guess from here your journey is going to be start. Whatever we had learned so far so forth, that completely scripting language. Okay, this is not a programming language, this kind of scripting language. What Python is, am I audible? Just take a check of the my mic. Am I audible and my screen is shareable? Yes, can you please say yes? Okay, so thank you. So far so forth what we had discussed about the Python, that is completely scripting language at all, and yes, we will use these things for a while, but now whatever things we are going to discuss now onwards, that is very important. The very important things we are going to discuss: object oriented programming concept. What is the object oriented programming concept? Okay, so yes, let's discuss about. Okay, first try to understand the, what is the scripting language, what is the, see, so far we are able to do all those things, right? We are able to do all those things with the Python. So what the need of the object oriented programming concept here? What is the need of the OOPS concept? So see, Python support both the concept like scripting as well as object oriented. What is scripting in the sense of, see, if you want to exist, see, in case of Python is providing the Python shell also, right? Means in case of terminal also you can execute your code. So whenever, see, if anyone aware about the Linux command like a ls and something cat vat, whatever cat command is there, cat command to read the data from the file, beam command, these are the script are there. This is already code is written in somewhere, and with that script you can fetch the data, means Linux command. Okay, so similarly scripting code is what? Scripting means in the sense of, suppose you having some piece of code to do something kind of operation, right? So that time scripting language is very important. But if you are going to build one application, build a complete application, in that case scripting language is not a use at all. Okay, in that scenario you should know object oriented programming language. What is the object oriented? I'm not going to discuss any jargon word here, I'm not going to discuss any technical word here, so I can maintain all the base rule here, because I know all are here from the different background. I am respecting all those background. Okay, so in order to overcome this kind of problem, I'm not going to directly jump into the object oriented programming word at all. Okay, so I'm going to discuss very interesting story here. Please be patient and listen my story carefully. Okay, what is the object oriented programming language? Okay, and concept. Just a minute. Let's suppose this is I, this is Rajesh. Okay, Rajesh need one phone, Rajesh need one phone. So where he will go? He will go over the Flipkart or Amazon or eBay. You can say, sometime I used to do over the eBay. And yes, I went in the Flipkart, Amazon and eBay shop, and what I did, after going to the Flipkart, Amazon and eBay, I select the category, like which category I need. This phone is coming under the electronics, right? Do you want to see? Okay, no worries, we will see these things. So Flipkart, I just open the Flipkart only. Okay, let's suppose I need a flip. In case of Flipkart, I need electronics. In electronics, I need a mobile phone. I selected the mobile phone. I am able to get all those mobile phone here. Okay, so so in order to purchase one mobile, I have to go into the electronic shop. First thing, I went into the electronic shop. I went into the electronic shop here, see, and after electronic shop, once I am reaching to the electronic shop, this electronic shop is asking what the need means, what do you want. Okay, so same thing you can see here. If you can see, if I am typing here Motorola Motorola mobiles, if I am typing here, so once I type see, this is the shopkeeper. This search box is a shopkeeper. Shopkeeper is asking what the mobile you need. So I told I need a Motorola. Now, don't you think so? 1 minute, let me remove these things first. So don't you think so there is a sorting operation is also there, means in case of mobile, see, if you, based on your budget you can set the parameter, means you can set what is the budget of yours, means suppose I have my budget 13,000, so behalf of my 13,000 whatever phone will come, that the phone is going to be display here, right? So this shopkeeper will ask what is the budget your sir, so I told 13,000. Okay, I told 13,000, and now again shopkeeper is asking what the configuration you need. I told 6 GB RAM, should be 6 GB RAM, and screen size should be 5.5 inch is comfortable for me, and next hard disk should be sorry, ROM should be 64 GB. Okay, 64 GB, that is, and camera, yeah, that is very important nowadays. Camera should be you can say here, camera should be you must say in the front side I should need 16 megapixel, and at the back side I need 24 megapixel. Okay, this is my requirement, and now this requirement I gave to my electronic shopkeeper, and shopkeeper what it will do, it will fetch all the what he will do, just try to understand. This is the shopkeeper shopkeeper and shopkeeper will take this input, and this input will give to his servant. Who is his servant? Just try to understand who is his servant. Okay, servant, he will give to his servant, hey servant, this is the requirement, this is the budget, whatever phone you found in the shop, bring it. So he will go inside of shop, go down or somewhere anywhere, he will go and he will search all those phones who will come, who will match this category, who will match with this category, and he will get all those phones in front of shopkeeper. Now shopkeeper will start display this. See, shopkeeper is start display all those things to you. As of now it is not available, I cannot do anything, but just think like a practically. So shopkeeper will start displaying all those phone one by one. Shopkeeper is going to start displaying all those phone one by one, and now you are checking all those features, and what the features will match with your requirement, you are going to buy these things, you are going to buy that phone. Okay, up to this no doubt at all. So now I'm going to correlate all those things based on based on object oriented programming concept. Okay, oops, I'm going to correlate all those things with the oops. Who is this? This is the programmer. Okay, again, see, if I want to talk with the shopkeeper, then I should know English, because shopkeeper only knows English. So programmer, why need programmer? Because shopkeeper knows only Python. So I have to give the instruction to the shopkeeper in the Python only. So programmer. So this Rajesh is a programmer. And now what he did, Rajesh gave the instruction, make an instruction, and from where we got this instruction? From the use, you can say your stack, like a client, or you can say your client give this instruction, or you can say your end user gave this instruction, whatever things, and based on this you wrote the code and you gave the instruction to the shopkeeper. And now shopkeeper is your machine, nothing else. Shopkeeper is what? Is your machine. This basically, this is your complete shop is a machine, and shopkeeper is the one of the kind of, you can say it's a means compiler, you can say. Shopkeeper, who is shopkeeper? Just try to understand what, who is shopkeeper. Shopkeeper is nothing but it's a compiler. Shopkeeper is a compiler. What the compiler is doing? Compiler will compile your code, because you wrote the code in the Python, right? But machine will understand only 1 and 0. The compiler will convert your code into 1 and 0, and it will give the instruction, to your servant. And who is the servant? Servant is the kind of person who knows all address. Have you ever went into the medical shop? Suppose I need one paracetamol. I don't know where is the paracetamol, but that shopkeeper who is standing in the medical shop, he knows everything, and he will go in that particular place and he will get the paracetamol. Am I making sense to you? So this servant knows all those address where this kind of phone is available. So he will give the instruction to the shopkeeper, and shopkeeper will reach to his go down and he will get all those things. So now try to understand. This is programmer, this is compiler, this servant is nothing but it's a reference variable, sir. Reference variable. I'll discuss one by one. Once I will make us sample programming here, you will get it all those things. So this is nothing but reference variable. Okay, and what is this? This is the memory. Memory is what? Memory is used to store the data. So this phone is what? Phone is what? This is what? This is your input. This is your input. Okay, and this is what? Data. Phone is what? Data. Okay, this is what? Memory. Just try to understand everything. Memory, and this inside of memory, whatever things is there, that is what? Data. Okay, so programmer gave the instruction to the shopkeeper, means programmer gave the instruction to the shopkeeper, and shopkeeper is what? Compiler. Compiler will compile the code and it gives the instruction to servant. Servant is what? Reference variable, is nothing but it's a medical shop wala shopkeeper. Okay, he knows every address. Who knows every address? The shopkeeper servant will go to the go down. Go down is what? Memory. Memory in the sense of hard disk. Okay, your hard disk where your data is available, and it will go in that particular location and it will fetch the data and it will bring the data to the shopkeeper, and shopkeeper again is going to give the data to the user. No doubt, story you understood? Any doubt so far, so forth? If you have any doubt, ask me, because from now onwards complete code will move around this. Complete code will move around this. I'm not going to use any technical or jargon word here. I'm going to use servant only. I'm going to use shopkeeper. I'm going to use programmer. I'm going to use memory, or you can say something go down. Okay, so you have to you just map all those points in your notebook. What is servant? Servant means reference variable. What is memory? Memory means go down. Shopkeeper, what is shopkeeper? It's a compiler. What is Rajesh? Rajesh is a programmer. What is input? Input in the sense of my 64 GB 5.5-inch mobile and 64 GB RAM, 16 megapixel of camera, front and rear camera, you can say. Okay, just map it out in your notebook. I'm giving 5 minutes. I'm coming back in a 5 minutes. Okay, just note down all those points. And if you have any kind of doubt, please do ask me. Otherwise, you will not get from here. Okay, from now onwards, things are going to be typical. Okay, if you lose here, you cannot learn any automation, any framework. So whoever want to learn Django, Flask, there is a different kind of Python framework is there. Every framework is going to work on this concept only. So without this, you cannot able to learn any new concept at all. So it's my bit of challenge. So better make your understanding clear here. And guys, your last week, whatever we had discussed, we had recorded over the YouTube, uploaded over there. Please, whoever missed the class, they can watch that class. Okay, and if you have need a further clarification, just let me know. I guess I uploaded over the chat. I sent the link also to the class. Let's do all those things with the programming now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one separate folder, you can say, or package, Python package, and here I'm going to keep oops concept. Okay, and now inside of oops concept I'm going to write new Python file class object. One thing I missed here, sorry, apology for the same. I missed one thing. In case of Python, everything consider it as a object. What is object? Now try to understand what is object. Two things is important here, class and object. What is object and what is class? Class is the blueprint of the object, is the blueprint. Class is the blueprint. Object is what? Is the real-time entity. It is Okay, you understood all this concept, right? I'm going to remove them. So what is the class? Two things is important. What is class? What is object? So class is what? Class is nothing but it's a blueprint of the object. It is a blueprint of the of the object, or you can say collection of object. Okay, sorry. And object is what? It is real time entity which having state and behavior. Okay, sorry, state and behavior. Got it. Cool, no worries. So now try to understand all those things. See, I need one phone. Again, same story. I need one phone, so I have to go into the electronic shop. The electronic shop is what? It's a class. Where class is what? Class. Inside of class, all those object is going to be stored. Means blueprint of the object. What is the blueprint in the sense of? Can you please explain, anyone? What is the blueprint? Blueprint in the sense of, see, electronic shop I mentioned means all the electronic item will get from there. Okay, so this is the blueprint. Okay, and all those, and I also told ki class is what? Collection of objects. Class is what? Collection of objects. Means all object will be stored here. Next, object is what? Object, it is a real time entity which having the state and behavior. So phone, I need phone. So phone is what? Is a kind of object. Okay, and object is real time. It means in the real time it is exist. So don't you think so? Electronic shop is not a real time exist, right? It's an object having their own state and behavior which we can feel, which we can touch. That is our object. In the layman definition, you can say, means cat is an object, pen is an object, marker is an object, laptop is an object. Okay, but this kind of thing, Flipkart, go on the Flipkart. Hey, Flipkart is what? Then Flipkart is a class. Okay, where all object is collected there, means blueprint is there. Okay, so don't you think so? Which will capture the memory, class or object? Will class will capture the memory, or objects will capture the memory? Okay, so very important point of interview question. Class will not occupy any space in the memory. Object always occupy, because object is the real time entity. No, so real time entity will always occupy the space. So Rajesh is sitting in one room, so Rajesh is occupying one space, right? Okay, so whichever real time entity, that is our object, and object always occupy the space. Okay, object is going to always occupy the space, but class is not going to occupy the space. Just a minute, I just want to again do the one thing. So this is you, this is programmer. Again, programmer need one phone, and phone need one specification like a 5 GB RAM and blah blah blah, and this is your requirement. Got it? And now this phone you had given here, and phone, where it will go? This is your phone, right? This phone, you went into the shop is what? Class. And this phone is what? Object. You gave the requirement, and phone shopkeeper will give the requirement to the servant will go to the store, means go down, you can say. This is nothing but memory. Go down, and here he will go, he will fetch the all those matching detail, and it will get back to you, to the shopkeeper and software also. Now this is the programmer, this is you. I told you requirement is the input output. Okay, input output. This is the class is what? Collection of object. Okay, and means this shop is what? This is nothing but it's a class. Okay, this shop is what? Class. Okay, this shop is what? Class. And this servant is what? Reference variable. I think it different color. Reference variable. Go down is what, sir? Memory. And please complete your assignment, guys. Please, I did not get any assignment. I got assignment from Sabrina. Please do complete your assignment. Okay. And if you need my assistance, you can ping me anytime. I really appreciate the questions. Okay, reference variables, and this shop is done, and this is the programmer. Hope you understood up to this. Any doubt? because it is very important. We are going to discuss in the programming, in sense of programming. Today we will not start programming of the oops concept, because if we will start this, then we have to stop in the middle of that. So I'm not going to start today. We will start tomorrow 6 same time, 6 p.m. Okay, just note down this, and that's all for today, I guess. So from tomorrow onwards, we will start the object oriented programming concept. We will see all those things in a detail. Thank you.